Yeah, we back up. Josh Harris in the building. Mitchell Reels in the building. We have Magic Johnson. Yes, we back up. Look, before we get started, man, we back in the lab. I can't wait to get this thing going, man. Like, my motto this year is I can't lose. Regardless of whatever happened this season, I can't lose. Before we get to our training camp update, we got an exclusive special interview with, them haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. They are in the building today. We're going to talk about their journey to get here. We're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about the song that dropped last year, Left Hand Up. Also, their new projects that they got dropping on August 2nd. How we got here. So yes, DJ Oh Goody is in the building along with nephew Big 5'7". So right after this, we gonna get into it. I got Magic Johnson as my owner. Let's get it.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders. Left hand up. Who are we? Left hand up, right hand up. Everybody do this dance. Since 97 been a fan. Commanders, you know what I'm saying. Out my hands was how I bust through that line. Told Thasman how I'm throwing them dimes. Same time I'm on touchdown every time. No harm and no bad way, then we on the rise. You know what I want, Super Bowl on my mind. We got 3 wins, but I think we need 9. Fight for DC, that's that hometown pride. We the Commanders, they wondering why. Burgundy, gold, red, yellow, playoff pictures. I won't settle. Lombardi trophy, we need that medal. NFC champions, you know we better. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Left hand up. Who are we?
This is Hog Farmer Chris and the 2022 Commanders Fan of the Year. Before you listen to Red Zone in the Lab podcast, I want to thank you for your support in bringing awareness to the Hog Farmers Charitable Foundation, which helps children and their families affected by pediatric cancer. You truly make a difference. And with that being said, please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube.
Welcome back to Red Zone in the Lab podcast. I am Deuce, and it's training camp day 1, and we kicking off this season with a special guest in the building. We got Oh Goody, we got
DJ
Big
Woody.
5.
Oh,
Goody. The 5'7" is in the building, man. Like, we've talked a few times these last couple months, Goody, man, and I've been calling you Unc ever since. Nephew, I'm gonna start calling you nephew, man. It just seems right, man. It seems like family, man. But welcome to the show, man. We glad to have you.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Most definitely, man. So let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about family. This show is built on family. It's our foundation as family. Family is important. Family helps us get to where we are, being that support system. Like, we've grown up to understand that it takes a village to raise one. So, Goody, let me know the relationship here between you and nephew.
Well, my brother, his name is Wayne Sellers. My nephew's name is Wayne Sellers. My brother was murdered when Wayne was 1. So he don't remember his father. So I always felt a connection, like a son type of connection. As he was in school acting or playing football, I always felt like I needed to be there, not only for him, because that's my flesh and blood, and I wanted to be there for my nephew. So my nephew is from my brother. So yeah, definitely love from day one. I just have so much love for him, as if he's my son, for real. Because that's what that is.
Yeah, man, that's real, man. And it's something, to not have a father, growing up, not being able to meet your father, but having someone that's able to step in and to that role, because a lot of us, fathers was walking around fine and wasn't involved, and what I'm saying, mothers
No
had
question.
to do what they had to do, what I'm saying. So 5'7", what's that relationship with you and Goody, just having him being the brother of your father that's been raising you since you was what, just barely out the womb, right?
Yeah, since I was two. I mean, it's an unbreakable bond we got. Growing up, just always having him in my corner, whether it was acting, football, music. He always supported whatever I wanted to do, and I forever love him for that. So, just always having that backbone, that support system. It meant a lot. Especially growing up without a father.
Yeah, real talk. DC, are y'all both born and raised in DC?
Well, I was born in D.C. and I moved to Maryland, but I definitely was born in D.C. When I was 3. I moved to Capitol Heights, Maryland. But yes,
I
I'm
mean,
from
that's an extension, right?
yeah, yeah. They call that the southeast of Maryland. I heard people say
Mhm.
that. But no, yeah, I'm born in D.C., raised in Capitol Heights.
Yeah, me as well.
And
I
I might
fluctuated.
and I 1 second, nephew. I just want to say this real quick, and I want to shout out my Capitol Heights family because they showed me so much love.
Yes,
Just want to put
sir.
that out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And me as well. I fluctuate. I was born in DC, grew up in DC, I think I went to middle school in Maryland. Then I transferred back to DC schools and high school. So, it fluctuated between the two.
What high school you go to?
I went to Carroll my ninth grade year, left Carroll
Okay.
and went to Friendship.
Okay. How old
And
are
he
you?
won championships.
Yeah, was you there
Yeah,
with Stefan?
I was there with Yannick, Tantan,
Yeah.
Tease. I was there with that whole group.
Hey. Facts. I went to Wilson HD.
Oh
Tower
man.
Well, y'all, I
Power,
think
baby.
y'all
You
beat
get
him in the
that bread.
championship.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah,
championships
they beat us
y'all beat.
my
Yeah.
my 11th grade year. I think they beat us.
Yeah. Friendship done put out some stars, man. That's for sure. All right, man. Look, the fandom. We went through a few name changes. Whatever you want to be, man. Redskins, well, Braves, right? Redskins, watch football team, Commanders. But I'm gonna start with you, nephew. Where did your fandom, stop, man?
It started when we put the first song out. It started. I started seeing we was getting a lot of attention with the trolls as far as them trolling us when we
I think
losing. They playing the
I think he's
song when
talking
we
about
win. They
when
playing
you
the
starting to
song.
be a fan, nephew.
Yeah, when you
Oh,
started to be a fan of the team.
okay. So when I started, I ain't really had no choice. I started being a fan out the
Right,
womb.
right.
Even going over my uncle's house, even going over Oh Goody house, he would ask me what was my favorite team, and I said another team. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, well you ain't getting no pizza, or you ain't playing the game." You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got bullied into being a fan, but I've been a fan all my life.
Yeah, that means a lot, man. Goody. So, just by that, what I'm saying, stopping kids just because they don't like the Redskins, that means that the team means a whole lot to you, man. But like, how far does it go back for you?
Well, I will say this to add to his story. He didn't tell you when he was calling those other names, and I said he was not going to get the pizza. When I went and got the pizza, and I went to get a pizza, it was gone. He ate the whole pizza. He didn't tell you that part. But for me, I'm old school, and I can remember when Billy Kilmer replaced Sonny Jurgensen. I can remember when Joe Theismann replaced Billy Kilmer. And back in the day, teams would play. I mean, players will play on the same team for a lot of years, so it's a lot different now with free agency. But yeah, I go that far back, and to add to my nephew's father, he was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but he called me to come watch the Super Bowl with Doug Williams. And when I watched the highlights to the Super Bowl, I'm almost in tears because I watched that game with him. And when Doug Williams was rolling, me and him was jumping up like we won already. I thought you was a Steelers fan. He said, "Nah, we got a black quarterback."
That's
So
right.
he was all in for the Commanders for that day, I tell you. So I always think about that when they show Doug Williams highlights.
I mean, like, get it to the this upcoming season and this monumentous day, monumentum. Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get
On last Thursday, finally having a new owner. Like, you've been there through the glory days.
no
You've
question.
also been there through the turmoil days. Just having those two and where we are now, what does the change of ownership means to you?
Well, I'm all for. I'm a fan, die hard to the end. So anything that's going to make us better as an organization is going to be an improvement. I don't care if his name was Johnny Snyder. I'm pulling for what's best for us. And this feels like it's best for us. When people be bashing Snyder, I'll never go out there and bash him. Snyder this and Snyder that. I'm a forward thinker. So let's move forward and let's get this thing rolling right now, today. So that's where I'm at.
What about you, Neff? Because we in school, man. We ain't have a whole lot to talk about these last 20 years, man. We could talk too much trash, man. Every now and then we could talk some trash, man. But how you feeling about the team now?
I mean, I feel the same way. You know, growing up, being a Redskins fan, we always was losing. So I grew up in a loser era. So seeing that everybody riled up to have a new owner, you know, I'm kind of excited as well because seeing all the fans just come together as if we won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
We just perform. What was we at? Huh? We was at the bullpen.
Yeah, we had the bullpen Thursday.
Man, seeing all those fans riled up as if we won a Super Bowl,
They was pumped up.
it just brought joy and excitement.
Felt
So
good.
I'm kind of amped up.
Yeah, man, I'm
felt
pumped,
good.
man. I'm pumped for
Yeah.
sure, man.
This is a different feeling than what we've been accustomed to. I love this feeling right here. It reminds me of those days when we was going to the playoffs every year. You know, winning championships, playoff games. This is the same feeling, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, man. So like music, DJ, you know what I'm saying? Nephew got the bars, you know, and growing up especially in the era that we grew up, right? 90s, 2000s, like everybody wanted to be a rapper. Like I was even gonna be a rapper. I even performed one time. I used to go to the studio 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for like 4 or 5 hours. Like you know what I'm saying? We all wanted to be the next Jigga or whatever, right? So for you, like where did that passion of music start from?
Well, being from the DC area, I joined the Army in the mid '80s, and when they was rapping, I was laughing because we called that Bama music back then. So this one guy, he was rhyming so tight, it caught my attention, and I said, I can write. So I started writing and played around with it, and then in the early '90s, when I was around in my mid 20s, around my nephew age, I hooked up with a couple of brothers, and we formed a group, and we was winning talent shows. I don't want to brag, but I thought I was getting pretty good at it. The game changed because I'm not a gangster. So when gangster rap start taking over, the NWAs and Snoop Dogg's of the world, and Ice Cube, when they start being the popular thing, it kind of knocked us out the box. But we was more party type of rap, Dougie Fresh, Kid and Play type of thing, or Will Smith or whatever. And people wasn't checking for that at that time. So that kind of knocked me out. So it feels good to see him. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. It feels good to see him at the age I was having the success that he's having right now, because I can only imagine how he's feeling, because I felt like I was hungry like he's hungry. Mm-hmm. I'm at the point that I'm not hungry, but I'm loving what's going on right now. So I know what he's feeling right now because I've been there.
Tell me about it, 5-7.
I think what made me start. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Nah, just like your music, like your passion, like where does it come from?
So a lot of people don't know. Growing up, I was into like acting and poetry, and so it kind of translated. And then when one of my closest friends, rest in peace, Douglas Brooks, has passed away. He was a well-known rapper. Everything just kind of clicked for me. I just started putting pen to pad and just started expressing myself through music. So everything just translated over.
Putting pen to pad, expressing myself through music. That's a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a bar right there,
man.
Use
that.
Yeah. Copyright that.
Yeah.
None of y'all use that. That's big 5-7 bar.
That's big 5-7.
Yeah, so like let me go back a little bit. Where did the nickname Oh Goody come from?
Okay, when computers and when people was talking about email me this, I was kind of slow with technology. I'm like, email, why can't I just call you? So
you're right.
Once YouTube became into play and I started putting DJ Woody, it was like 1,000 DJ Woodies. So I said, I got to add something that maybe catchy. So I said, DJ Woody Oh Goody, it is only one.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's where the name came from, and plus it rhymes. So I started putting it into my raps and stuff, and now I love it. So that's where Oh Goody came from.
Yeah. What about Big 5'7"?
See, so I'm gonna take you back. A lot of people don't know in high school they used to call me Still because I was real chubby and I had the hot top fade. You know, I looked like a boy
Oh,
on
you
juice.
still.
So, but 5'7" came from one of my closest friends. Another one of my closest friends that passed away. He passed away on the football field. He used to wear the number 57, and we was real close. So when he passed, I kind of took it to heart. And so by me, taking on that number, and then once I finished playing football, I just wanted him to still live through me. So I, took that name as well and translated it into something great.
Man, I tell you, man, that passion that you have and how you relate to people close to you, how you use that to translate, man. You keep
Awesome.
that burning in your soul, man. Is no place you can't go, man. It's
Exactly.
real. All this is coming from the heart, man. Organic is the way to go, man. Real talk. Before we get started with the podcast, I want you all to go check out You Grow Girl. That's Grow, Grow, written by a dear friend of mine, Jay Smith. It's for daily affirmations for Black women. It is filled with beautiful, colorful images of Black women and powerful affirmations. You can find it at Amazon at Amazon.com.
We're back. Welcome back to Red Zone in the Lab with Deuce.
No question.
All right, man. Last summer, we hear this song, hear the music. Yes, you see people jumping around, left hands up. You know what I'm saying? We see good. We see you rapping. We're like, man, what is this? Where did this come from? Man, give me the origins of it. How did it start?
Well, I would say, as my nephew was rapping, and I heard him getting better, right? I remember when he started, I thought he was pretty good from the jump, but I was seeing improvement, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna ask him to do a song with me. And I know I always judge this generation. They like to call us old art, y'all old heads or whatever. And I'm thinking he might say, nah, So I said, let's do a Redskin song. And he immediately said yes. Because I toyed around, although I don't consider myself a rapper, I made an I'm from Capitol Heights song. So I still played around with rap, but never considered myself a rapper. So he definitely agreed to it. And we was ready to go back right before the pandemic. Then they had problems with the name. So I was like, we need to pump the brakes because if we would have came up with a Redskin song, that thing would have fizzled out. So right after they secured the name Commanders, I said, we need to go to the studio. I went to the studio and did my 2 verses. He came, did his 2, I sent them to him. He did his 2 verses and we said, let's do a video. And next thing you know, that thing just grew a life of its own. So yeah.
What about you? What about you, Fast? Say, hey, look, man, let's make this song about NFL team. You know what I'm saying? We haven't really heard anything like dedicated to this team since which com on what was that 93.9?
Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul. We haven't heard nothing since Chris Paul, man. So when he first asked you, what was your thoughts?
So for me, I was with it from the jump. Like I never really took it serious. I always looked at it as like, okay, I'm trying to, we trying to do a song, we trying to bond. It's like a bonding thing. You know what I'm saying? So I never really took it that serious. And then we kept getting the name changes. So we kept putting it on the back burner, And when they finally came out with the Commanders, he was still with us. I'm like, oh, okay, he's serious. So he did the jump. Once he did, I'm like, oh yeah. So I hopped on it. And then I seen how electric he was when he heard my verse and how excited he was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Video and then greatness happened.
Yeah, real talk, man.
Can I say something? When I wanted to be clear with him because I know he got some hot songs out there, but he used profanity, and I'm old school, and we don't really want to hear that profanity, right? So I said, on this song, for me, please, no cursing, and only use legend players or old school players in the song because we didn't want to date the song. But when me and the engineer Tricky Rick was in the studio, I already did my verse. He came in there, and all of a sudden it was his time, and he said, left hand up, right hand up. We looked at each other and said, he's killing it. So I'm always excited to hear what he's gonna say when we do music. Most definitely.
Yeah, man, that's something, man. So I know, like, man, you talk a little bit a few times about the song and the different things y'all had to go through, when it first came out, because it's something different, something we never heard. You got people upset with the name change. You got all types of stuff coming from all different type angles, and of course, you have the group of haters that just hate on every. I mean, they actually hate on other haters, so they're here. You know what I'm saying? They always going to be here. You know what I'm saying? But like what I learned is all publicity is good publicity, right? So I'm gonna start with you, nephew. What was the first like wave of responses to the song?
Twitter, man. Twitter hit us by force. Like the moment we dropped it, and I think we dropped it like right before preseason hit. We was getting like staggered views, like 100 views here, 20 there. But when we won, I started seeing an increase. Then we lost, I started seeing an increase, and then I started seeing memes of us crying on Twitter. So Twitter did us dirty, man. Twitter did us bad.
What about you,
No question. Me, I read the comments and I in the beginning, I take it personally and I started clapping back when I realized you're wasting your time. So after the conversation with my nephew, because he's from the era that, he was shaking, he was laughing and smiling. I was like, nah, they said this and they said that. But anyway, I watched the views go from negative to leveling out even. And then I seen it start taking off. So I said, I can't worry about that, because at the end of the day, when Pat McAfee, somebody texted me and said Pat McAfee says talking about the song, and I'm thinking he's clowning us, right? So I said, let me go see what he's saying, and I seen him like this. I couldn't hear what he was saying because I was driving, but when I listened to what he was saying, he knew the song word for word. And then when I got to the Joe Gibbs part, he said, "Hell yeah!" I said, "Oh, he like it." So a lot of people will share it as a joke, and it'll get into the right hands to people that like it. So I'm not worried about the haters no more.
That's it. That should be there. There goes that song. I ain't worried about the haters no more. There we go.
Hey, about the haters. He got a song. He got a song with a similar title.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, man, and I think because we when we first heard it, guy came in the space. He was like, "Man, y'all heard this new Left Hand Up song?" We was like, "Man, what you talking about? Left Hand Up song?" He's like, "Man, listen to it." So we listened to it, and everybody was like, "Man, what is that, man? Man, whose uncle is that, man?" I ain't got blah, blah, blah. So even in the space, it was like a mixture of responses. Like even for me, honest, I was like, it's like left hand up. So that part was. It was kind of like cheesy at first, but then it was like organic, because like we're always, and then we was just start talking about, all right, let's think about all the anthems and all that we've heard over the years. Like all of them is like cheesy at first, until you actually really start listening to it and you let it build up. And now like I'm at gatherings like we was on the news Thursday. And I'm getting everybody pumped, and them haters can't stand up, stand up. And everybody like, who are we? You know what I'm saying? So like just like with other types of greatness, man, sometimes you don't see it right away. Like sometimes you don't acknowledge it right away. And for me, I mean, that's that, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But like when it really took off was during that winning streak. You know what I'm saying? When that winning streak happened, this is what you need. Like you need winning. Winning cures everything, man. You know what I'm saying? The players, the coaches, the media, everybody was like left hand up. People were in the shorts. Like, what was that like having these celebrities and these people like Pat McAfee was talking about on the show? Like, what was that feeling like for y'all to sit back and be like, that's me right there? Like, what was that like?
Go ahead, nephew.
To me, it was an out of body experience. Like I didn't believe it. Like it felt like a dream. Like somebody gonna pinch me. So it was just crazy to me. Like, I couldn't comprehend what was going on at the time.
It was crazy, right?
We was talking. We was calling, like me and my nephew. We always check on each other and talk. Before this, but this made us talk like all the time, like, which is a great thing. So when we start talking about what he would send me stuff that I haven't seen, I send him stuff that he haven't seen. It was absolutely crazy for people to start recognizing me. I'm like, how can they recognize me? But all those views, it never stopped. Like right now, it never stopped. It's like accelerating right now. So I'm loving it.
Yeah. New projects coming up. Right? We got some new projects coming up. You've been putting out samples. And those of you that listening, we're gonna play a sample at the end also. We're gonna kind of break it up throughout the show and play them. But you know, you got some songs dropping, right? How many you got?
Well, we got 3 coming like August 2nd. But the whole thing is watching this thing grow. January we had a conversation that we got to keep the ball rolling, man. And I kind of want people to understand that we're not trying to make a new anthem or a new theme song, because Left Hand Up is the one. So people don't compare Left Hand Up and say, well, this is nice, but it ain't Left Hand Up. We already know.
You know that they ain't gonna listen.
That is the one. But we just want to bring we want to get to a point where after we win or during the season, just play all the songs. But Left Hand Up is the one. So it's not a competition against ourselves. We're not rivaling ourselves. We just wanted to keep the ball rolling, basically.
Yeah. What about you? Now you got 3 new songs. You know, you all took off to a place you didn't think you was going to be able to go to, and most of the time, like where you all at now is a place where, you know, I gotta one up this. Like they are going to expect something better. Right. So how do you handle that pressure?
But like I said, we're not gonna compete with ourselves. Everything that we do out of love and fun. You know what I'm saying? So everything comes from a genuine place. So yeah.
So like, all right, so we got 3 songs that you all are debuting on August 2nd. Are you dropping all of them on August 2nd?
Yeah, the way we structure it is we got a song called Command Time, and we got a song called We the Commanders, and we got a song called Those Haters Can't Stand Us. Command Time, I do the first 2 verses, and he do the third verse, and We the Commanders, he do the first 2 verses, I do the third verse. And on the last song, Those Haters Can't Stand Us, I'm gonna just do that rap. But yeah, we just gonna drop them all. We're gonna drop 2 videos and 1 song. So the 2 videos gonna be Command Time and We the Commanders.
Yeah, we've been seeing those clips of those videos, and it's very enjoyable. Like, you know, it's just something where you can relate to. It's like, man, this is my city, you know what I'm saying, doing something for my NFL team with my color people, like getting all of the quote unquote flowers for this, man. And for that, like, it's very exciting, man. I can't wait. But like for you, nephew, like your song, one of these songs is one of the songs that you're more involved in, right? Like you have the 2 verses, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Uncle. I know you were telling me, you was telling me like you kind of give him like here, this is you, this is for you. Which song is that, and how did you approach it?
That's We the Commanders. I approached it, you know, he always tell me like, because his generation don't like auto-tune, they don't like profanity. He always told me no profanity, but he always wanted me to go and just be me. And so I approached it that way, you know. The way I wrote to it, I just picked the beat, I vibed with it, and then I just took it from there. But he encouraged me though, like, because I ain't gonna lie, I was, you know, kind of lackadaisical with it. But I sent him the beat. He ended up sending me a verse before I sent my verse, and that kind of lit a fire underneath me. Like, okay.
Look, I told my engineer, because I hit him up and I said, you finished? You write it? You ready? And when if he's going too slow to me, I had a plan. I said, I'm gonna go lay my verse and send it to him and don't say nothing. The next day he went to the studio and he killed it. I'm telling you, he killed it. I would never say this. When I tell you, when you hear that song, man, you see a little bit in that clip, but he killed it. I love it.
I can't wait, man. So how are you all going to drop it?
Well, early on the 2nd, I'm gonna on my page, I'm gonna drop Command Time. Then he told me around 1-ish, he's gonna drop on his page the We the Commanders, and then we're gonna connect and create a Oh Goody Big 57 page and drop Those Haters Can't Stand Us. So it's going to be within the 2nd. We can't guarantee a time though. It's going to be definitely on the 2nd.
And that's on Twitter or YouTube or
YouTube,
everywhere.
YouTube. Well, I'm gonna start on YouTube, but everybody's getting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody getting it. We wanted to follow the blueprint of last year when we dropped almost to the same date a year later. When we dropped the Commander song "Left Hand Up," I sat at my computer all day, and anybody's name that said Commanders anything got the song. If you was a player, you got the song. If you was with the organization, you got the song. If you was a friend of mine on Facebook, you got the song. I sat at the computer for hours just sending it, hoping it catch. But
That's what you got to do, man. You got to promote yourself.
No
You know what I'm
question.
saying? You gotta promote yourself. But like everyone out there, we're gonna right below in the description of this podcast, we're gonna have all of their handles. We're gonna have Facebook handles, Twitter handles. We're gonna have the YouTube handles. We're gonna have all of those handles here for everyone to go follow them wherever they are. Follow them, subscribe to them, whatever they are. So you can hit that notification bell. So when these songs drop, you want to be the first person to retweet. You know what I'm saying? Clip some verses. I feel as though I'm family. So you know what I'm saying. I expect to get a text message. You know what I'm saying, with the songs on there. You know what I'm saying.
You got it. You're definitely on that list.
Yeah,
you got
most definitely.
List, but you on it. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Say one thing? I do want to add that third song we connecting with Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron. We connecting with him to add some diversify and have a little bit of everybody in the video. So those haters can't stand us. We will be recording on September 10th, and it'll be more mixed races. So I just want to add that.
So September 10th is game day.
Exactly.
So where are you ready to talk? Not yet.
I don't want.
Got you.
Me and Aaron work something out. We work something out. I don't want
to. Got you. So like I said, y'all follow them so you can get this information. Because I know you don't. It's like, no, I was just messing. But yeah, man. So like the next 5, like this past year has been crazy. I know it's been crazy. Right. But you can only want to look to the future and to get better and to experience even more. So what is the next few years looking like for you two? And we can start with you.
Okay, well, for me, originally, I hope that the Left Hand Up will stick once I seen it. But I think reality is it could be this year, and people can say, yeah, that was the last year thing. So moving forward, we secured the name as Left Hand Up. We own the rights to that. So just to tell you, this shirt I got on is we want the next 5 years people be wanting to get this merch.
Yeah, most definitely.
Got it in white. Got the Command Time shirts coming, and also got the Left Hand. So we want the Left Hand stuff.
Is a website? Is a website?
No, we have a website, but we had a little issues with that, so we got to work.
That's okay. Yeah, but, it's gonna be in the handles.
We want to sell merch, and we want to keep the Left Hand thing going forever. It's not a one. I'm seeing that it's not a one-time overnight success that's going to fade away. We want it to stay. So that's where I'm at in regards to 5 years.
Let me see that Command Time. I gotta give me one of these, man.
Oh, the shirt, the Command Time shirt.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna get mine in white, so 5-7 can sign that thing, so you can sign it for me.
I got you.
Yeah, most definitely. All right. What about you, nephew? Like it's like you're just about to hit that prime, hitting the groove. You know what I'm saying? You known in this area, but I know you wanna stretch out. Like what else is it for you? Is it still just like NFL team base, or are you trying to take this thing somewhere else?
For me, I'm gonna speak it into existence. Residual income, generational wealth. I want our song to be up there with Hail to the Redskins.
Yeah.
I want longevity. That's what I think of when I think about 5 years down the road. I want to be legends.
I like that. I like legends. Yeah.
But what he didn't add, he do have his own stuff that's not with the team coming out too.
Oh yeah, I got a project coming out probably this month or next.
All right, yeah, that's a bet. So you want to talk about it now, or you still kind of
Well,
working
right now, me and my engineer, we're getting the mix and master thing down, but all the songs have been cleared, you know. So I don't know, I don't have a specific date on when the album come out, but it's coming out definitely for sure next month. After we get what we got going on under control.
I can't wait. Yeah, man. So like, man, it's the season is here. You know what I'm saying? It's about to take off.
Yes, indeed.
You got these songs dropping next week.
Yes, indeed.
And here we go. You know what I'm saying? Leave the trolls alone. Leave the trolls alone,
I'm over it. I learned another way that I learned when I was going to clap back and I started reading, it was a lot of people clapping back for me on my behalf.
Yeah.
So I was like, I ain't got to say nothing. So I learned it was a learning process for me, but I definitely learned from it. I ain't saying jack.
Yeah, man. So I think, you know what I'm saying, that's it. Like, again, I really be on the lookout within the next year. Uncle have a podcast, right, Unc?
Yeah. I'm thinking about. It's still in the mindset, and you're gonna help me with that. I want to do it like a command time podcast.
That's right.
I'm talking like just like Mondays after the game type of thing, not a everyday type of thing. But I'm definitely trying to look into that, get into that space. It's a thought. It's in the process of me going through this. Do I want to do it or should I do it? But I'm favoring wanting to do it something because it can promote me as a DJ. It can promote me as a Oh Goody, as a Commander's songwriter.
Yeah,
it feels like we're creating a new genre.
And you're still DJ too, right? Like you're still DJing, right?
Yes, sir. I had
how can the people like reach out to you if they want to DJ?
Well, I'm Oh Goody. I'm DJ Woody Oh Goody on everything, meaning Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So you can inbox me, you can message me, and I always respond to my messages. I never just let them go. So anybody need a DJ, it's DJ Woody Oh Goody.
I love it. I
don't like saying that.
I love it. All right, 57. Let us know all your social media handles.
And you can find me everywhere _BIG, the number 57, everywhere, all platforms.
There you have it. Let me see.
The trademark.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I can't leave home without
Yes, sir. Hey, look. So again, like I thank you all for joining for sure. Good people.
Thank you.
Like I say, man, that's Unc, that's nephew, we family. You know, everybody out there, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you for listening. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.
And Big 57. What time is it? Command time. Command time. We're confident, not conceded. We're trying to left hand up, I catch the ball like I'm Vernon Davis. You say that you want a spot on this thing, I don't own it, baby. I don't see nobody stopping us. Me and I did the impossible. We overcame all these obstacles. We the commanders, not optional. Say it, y'all. Those haters can't stand us. Say it again. Those haters can't stand us. Who are we? We are the commanders. What do we do? Hand us. Say it, y'all. Those haters can't stand us.
Thank you for listening to Red Zone in the Lab podcast. Please subscribe to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Also, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.